in the chilling world of true crime, as we unveil the stories of three merciless killers who left the courtroom in shock, showing absolutely no remorse for their genius deeds, from cold-blooded murders to calculated psychopaths. Their actions will send shivers down your spine. Before we start liking, subscribe, well, this innocent old lady will be sent to jail. Number 1. Jeremy Christian.
Jeremy Christian, a name that sends shivers down the spines of those who followed the harrowing events that unfolded in Portland, Oregon on May 2017. Christian's heinous crimes shocked the nation and left a scar in the collective conscience, not just for the brutality of the act, but also for his complete lack of remorse in the courtroom. On that fateful day, Jeremy Christian boarded a Max Light rail train and launched into a racially charged tirade. Targeting two young women, one of whom was wearing a hijab, he verbally harassed them with racial slurs and hateful rhetoric. When three brave men, Ricky Best, Taliesin Namkai Meche, and Mika Fletcher, intervened to protect the young women, Christian responded with unspeakable violence. He pulled out a knife and fatally stabbed Ricky Best and Taliesin Namkai Meche while seriously injuring Mika Fletcher. The courtroom became a theater for the nation to witness Jeremy Christian's lack of remorse. During the trial, he showed no sign of contrition for his horrific acts. Instead, he ranted and raved, making inflammatory statements and seemingly reveling in the chaos he had caused. His complete absence of empathy was chilling, leaving victims as families and spectators in disbelief. In 2020, Jeremy Christian was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole, bringing some semblance of justice to the victims and their families.
Number 2. Camilla Gamet.
Camilla Gamet's presence in the courtroom became a chilling reminder of the depths of cruelty and the absence of remorse. Her case, which unfolded in 2014, was marked by a level of brutality that sent shockwaves through the justice system, and her demeanor in court only added to the horror. The crime for which Gamet stood trial was the murder of her boyfriend, Marcel Hill. What makes this case particularly disturbing is the sheer brutality with which she ended her life. Hill was subjected to relentless beatings and ultimately strangled to death. The evidence painted a picture of unimaginable violence, and Gamet was charged with first-degree murder. Gamet's lack of remorse was not confined to her actions in the courtroom. During the trial, she made startling comments that only deepened the sense of horror surrounding her case. She displayed a chilling indifference to the life that she had taken and the suffering she had caused, leaving jurors and onlookers astounded.
I just want to say that I stick by the truth, which is that I did react in self-defense. I did love Marcel, and basically at trial, the way I was portrayed, mostly everything was lies. There was a little bit of truth, but mostly I was convicted off of lies, and I do plan to appeal it.
Her case serves as a stark and unsettling example of a person who not only committed a brutal crime, but also displayed a complete absence of remorse, leaving those untouched by the case grappling with the darkness that can exist within the human soul.
Number 3. Ronnie O'Neill, III.
911, what is your emergency?
Hey, I just been attacked by some white demons inside Kiki. Kiki, her name is Kiki, and she tried to kill me.
What's she at?
A name that'll forever be associated with a gruesome and remorseless crime that unfolded in Riverview, Florida. The case of Ronnie O'Neill III serves as a chilling testament to the capacity for inhumanity and his complete lack of remorse during the court proceedings.
If you think I'm here to play around with y'all, God damn it, I'm not.
The nightmarish events of that tragic night in March 2018 saw Ronnie O'Neill III brutally attack his girlfriend, Kenyatta Barron, and their young daughter. Barron was killed in a violent and horrifying manner, and their daughter was severely injured. O'Neill's heinous acts shocked the community and the nation at large. As the trial commenced, it became evident that Ronnie O'Neill III had no intention of expressing any remorse for his actions. In fact, he chose to act his own attorney, allowing him to directly confront witnesses, including his injured daughter, and further terrorize the courtroom with his disturbing behavior.
This is the worst case ever in my life, and I have seen some horrors.
For something I didn't do, and I am not sorry for the things I did do.
Ultimately, Ronnie O'Neill III was found guilty of multiple charges, including first-degree murder, and received a life sentence. His case remains a harrowing reminder of the darkest aspects of human nature and his lack of remorse as a haunting testament to the depths of depravity to which some individuals can sink. As we conclude our exploration into the minds of these ruthless killers who displayed chillingly little remorse in the courtroom, we're left with a sobering reminder of the darkest corners of the human psyche. This next video will melt you. Check out the 7 kids who killed own families' reactions in court.